Welcome to Grievers Empowerment Moment with me, Tanika Dillard. So, on our last time together, we talked about the importance of grievers finding their sound. And we said that once grievers find their sound, then they can find their words. So, that's what we're going to talk about grievers using their voice and finding their words. And I'm going to tell you why this is important. Have you ever heard these words as a griever? I know exactly how you feel. Have you heard that? I know I have. Now, while those words are laced in empathy and compassion, unless the person that is saying those words to you, unless they have had the exact same relationship with the exact same person or the exact same experience that you are grieving, they honestly don't know how you feel. And secondly, if they have not asked you the question, how do you feel? They don't know. Honestly, they don't know. They can imagine the pain that you're in, but no one knows exactly how you feel. Because grief is based on relationship, but that's a whole nother grievers empowerment moment that we'll have coming up for you in a few weeks. But for the griever, we have one need that is universal. There are many needs that grievers have, but the one need that we share is the need to be heard rather than be fixed. Walk with me. So, of the needs that grievers have, people may believe that grievers have the need for time, that they need time alone, that grievers need time to heal. They think grievers need space, that it's too early for the grief supporter to rush in and offer help. But the one thing that grievers really need is to be heard, not to be told how they feel, but they want to be heard. And for those of us that grieve, we have to become okay with using our voice to really share how we feel so that we are heard. Why is this necessary? It's necessary because grievers are often told how you feel. You must feel so bad that ABC died. You must feel awful that this happened. But if you don't know, if you haven't taken the time to ask the griever how they feel, you are projecting your preconceived ideas of their grief onto them and setting up the expectation that yes, they should feel awful or they should feel so sad. When in essence, they may be relieved because suffering or an extended illness has now ended. So, for grievers, I want to empower you to really use your voice authentically, to share exactly how you feel. Now, your authentic truth about your grief may be uncomfortable for others to hear, and it may be surprising to them to hear. But it's your truth, it's your grief, it's based out of your relationship, and you can share that authentically. You really can. Now, for the grief supporter, you may ask, how do I get the griever to talk? How do I get the griever to be heard? That's a great question. Grief supporters must know how to ask the right questions. There's a question that's very common, and it's, how are you? And that's easy for the griever to give you a very packaged answer, to say, I'm sad or I'm not okay. That may be their truth. But if you want to go a step further, you can ask the question, what do you miss the most? It's a different question, but it will allow the griever to dig deeper into their package of grief and to share with you their words in an effort to be heard. So that question was, how do you feel? And we just stretch that out to, what do you miss the most? Or what hurts you the most? What were your dreams and hopes and expectations for this relationship? If you dig deep and compose the right question, you will make it safe for the griever to be heard. Is it challenging? Absolutely. Do you risk the griever not telling you? Absolutely. Because that's not the question that's commonly asked. But it's okay. Ask the question, and for the griever, if you feel that this is a safe space, if you feel that the person asking you is a heart with ears that can carry the weight of your words packaged in grief, share it. Because grievers want to be heard and not fixed. I hope this is helpful for you, and I hope that you are empowered on your journey forward in your grief. We'll see you next time for another Grievers Empowerment Moment.